Hi.
Hi.
Welcome to the Jay and Dan podcast, episode number 2 in the dawn of the new era.
Hi.
Hi there. We have some new decoration in our studio. Now, Mike, are you able to get a shot of that?
Well, just so everybody knows the purpose behind it, that's the it's going to be the Canadian Wall of Fame.
Oh, this is great. We're
So
gonna have
it's-
so many people on.
It's Alan Thicke, if you're listening.
No better person to start off the Canadian Wall of Fame
I
than legendary Growing Pains star Alan Thicke. We got a little Canadian flag right with him. And I
think-
just Instagrammed
Sorry,
that picture.
Jim's trying to hop in here. What's
Well,
wrong?
Jim, what's going on?
Sorry, guys. I don't mean to ask us to rewind or anything, but I could have sworn I heard your mic crapping out again, Jay.
Oh, okay. So
Okay.
we'll
No,
start-
that's okay.
we'll
Let's
start
keep
over.
it going.
Oh, okay.
No, let's keep it going.
So that's Jim.
All right,
Okay.
I'm gonna.
You're
all
coming
right.
in?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
why not?
Jim, come on
All
in.
right, all right, all
I think
right.
Jim just wants to get on camera.
Yeah, Jim should
Here,
be on
our
camera.
Drinks have arrived.
And now I believe, last week you couldn't hear Jim, but now you can hear Jim.
Right.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we screwed up last week because Jim was answering our questions about Sam Kinison,
Look what we got.
but you couldn't hear anything he was saying because he was just talking back to us. So we apologize. And I also apologize for sending you to foxsportslive.com, a website that doesn't exist.
Okay.
Oh, it absolutely does exist.
It
Yeah.
exists now.
Oh, great. Way
That's
to
Mike
go.
on the mic.
Mike is on the mic and on the camera. And here's Jim. Jim, how are you today?
All right, how you guys?
Oh, not
Good.
bad, not bad.
Okay, sorry about the technical problems here. We're again in a storage locker recording this, so we're just switching out
I
mics
love
for.
this studio. You don't need anything bigger than this. Is this where, Jim, is this where you recorded Appetite for Destruction?
No, we didn't do appetite here.
Oh, okay.
There's your new
Was
headphone.
Appetite at Sound City?
It was at Rumbo, mainly at
Oh,
Rumbo. Owned by Captain.
what?
Yeah.
Wow.
Jim has
Yeah.
all these great stories. It's
Oh, yeah.
crazy. Okay, we're gonna discuss a lot of album talk with you, Jim.
Okay. all right.
Okay. All
I
right.
got
Good.
I got some good stories.
Okay. So I
like
switched to
this,
this one. This is what you're
Yeah.
saying. Okay.
Get rid of that. You're popping out on that one, so we're gonna unplug that. Is that working? That's okay, Jim.
Hear you.
Okay.
How's that? Can you hear me now?
Oh well, why is that one still plugged in?
How? Oh, hey,
Hey,
now
there
that
we go.
sounds good. Whoa, man. Boy, we really got this together, don't
Wow,
we?
this is off to a great start.
Good podcasting.
Okay, so again, I apologize for it not being on iTunes last week, but that's going to be solved this week. So a lot of you said, yeah, the video and YouTube's fine, but I want to listen in my vehicle.
Yeah, that's fair. That's where I like to listen to my podcasts as well.
And then a lot of people pointed out on the podcast that I move around a lot. Yeah, I
Well, you
don't
have
like sitting still.
you have a bit of ADD.
I have a problem sitting still.
Yeah.
And I'm sporting, I went from an Expo shirt to a Kansas City Royals shirt this week, keeping the baseball theme alive.
It's not going to go over well in Canada. We're having some NOS energy drinks. Boy, it'd be great if we could get a sponsor like this for our podcast.
Oh, these are just delicious.
Man, we love this stuff. I mean, the thing is, we genuinely do love this stuff.
If
There's other energy drinks that our fine folks here at Fox have tried to get for us for our Fox Sports Live show, which debuted on Saturday, and we certainly appreciate that. But many of them taste like Robitussin and sin.
Speaking of sin, if the Lord created an energy drink, it'd be this.
Oh, honestly, this is what God did to flood the animals.
At the Last Supper, they're just down in nos.
That's right.
Shotgun and nos.
Just before Judas revealed that he was the traitor.
What's with the noises again, Patrick?
I love those noises.
Okay, so we are now on the air in the United States. If you had a chance to watch our comments in which we read some tweets out that weren't so complimentary.
Well, and we expected that. People were like, I feel bad because I feel like some of our friends and fans in Canada are like, they hate you down there. Come home. It's like, oh, we just read 15 of them. There were lots of very complimentary ones, and actually the reviews have been almost like too good.
Yeah, the
Like
reviews
I've been
have very good.
surprised. I figured it would take us at least 6-7 years for people to even understand what we were saying.
But the first show went great. We've now got 3 under our belt.
Yep.
We got to do a solo show on Sunday, which was great because It was just like doing an old show at TSN because it was just the two of us. I'm not saying it's not great without the panel.
No, what you're saying, and we're going to start this controversy right now, is that you hate the panel.
No.
You don't want the panel to be a part of our show. No, they're great, but you're right. I mean, the Sunday night show is like old times, even right down to having to wait for the Yankees and Red Sox to finish the game so we can get the hell out of there. Can we swear on this one, Mike?
You just did.
Okay, good. Man, I love that Patrick has the whole soundboard from the old podcast. By the way, Mike and Christoph, we've been in contact with them over the past week. They wish us well. So hopefully we can get them down here. Maybe they come down and visit us and hang out. And
Love it.
come on the pod, and they'll stay with
Welcome to
Toolsy.
the hiccups.
Maybe Big City Ken will come down and stay with us.
It's Big City Ken. If you're a new listener, Big City Ken made an appearance on our podcast in Canada. He called a bar that is in my hometown called Spanky's and left a lot of messages throughout the night, and it didn't
My
go
name's Ken. They know who I am.
That was
so.
Ken.
That's Big City Ken.
Ken kept calling back and leaving messages, and he became a big star in the podcast back in Canada.
That's right.
The Saturday night show, I thought it went really well. I was excited about it, a little nervous, but I thought it went really well right out of the UFC. Record ratings.
I thought I was going to boot my pants, but it didn't.
Yeah, when we first took this job, your dream was that I would introduce myself, and then you would just vomit on the spot, right onto the desk.
Great way to get noticed right away, and it would live forever on the YouTube.
Yeah, on the YouTubes. Speaking of the YouTubes, as Dan was mentioning earlier, we read some of the hateful tweets, some of the negative tweets, and I believe Patrick has some other hateful tweets that we're going to talk about. It was such a hit.
Yeah.
We're going to read some of the other ones here. Do you have some of those, Dan?
Okay, yeah, here's one from at Swartzy34. Sounds like a great man.
Swartzy.
Jay Onright and Dan O'Toole are awful in caps with Fox Sports 1, and now I learn why they are Canadian, all in caps. They act like a bunch of annoying 10-year-olds.
Oh, so he's saying all Canadians are annoying 10-year-olds. That's just Avril Lavigne.
At Jason Clark 28C. Oh, I needed the C. This Fox Sports 1 sports show, Fox Sports Live, sucks. Stop trying to be funny. Leave it to Fox to muck up.
Is 28C his male breast size?
Yes. That's more than a handful.
Is it?
Yes.
28C?
C's are more than a handful.
Well, C cups are big, but
Yeah.
28's, that's a small C, isn't it? But I don't understand how that works.
No,
So
20
that means the 28 is like that
at the
measures your
around.
torso.
Yes, I'm
But
glad we're learning about bras on
But
the
then the
podcast.
C cups would be big. So that would, yeah, you're right. That would be a pretty big boob.
Way to go. Nice boobs, Jason Clark 28C.
Hey, he's got big tits. Hey, if nothing else, Jason Clark 28C have got big dicks.
At Maxwell Schaefer, Fox Sports Live is terrible right now. I don't know what these guys are doing. Again, that is perfect.
Funny. That was funny.
That is our ultimate goal. Oh, it's one of our mics.
What did you do?
I don't know. Something's
Oh, here, maybe it's me. Oh, sit up.
At TNR Sports. Hey, guys, I watched Fox Sports Live after the UFC fight Saturday, so it sounds positive
Okay,
here.
good.
It was even more annoying than Sports Center.
Oh.
Hashtag sports, not SNL. Hashtag also not funny.
I like that.
Watch it!
I like the hashtag.
So some of these people, I just don't. Do they ever get invited to parties? Like, are they just drips?
Well, listen, not everybody's going to like us.
I know, but do you really want to spend that much energy to send a hateful tweet when some child in the world is dying from hunger?
Well, my favorite tweet, though, still is the one from Skippy from Family Ties.
Oh.
Who's now started some sort of Twitter war with one of our other followers.
Oh, you want a follow up to Skippy?
Oh, let's hear it.
So this was a tweet an email I got like 20 minutes ago from my cousin. The Toronto Star, I guess, had a piece on our feud with Skippy.
The Toronto Star did?
Yes, a newspaper in Canada.
No wonder it's shutting down.
So my cousin says, funny, the sister of one of, and he says his wife's name, I won't reveal, friends lived down there with a dude in a band about 5 or 6 years ago. The band did not make it very far, unfortunately, he says. They lived in a guest house on a property in the outskirts of town, and your bud Skip lived in an old camper in the park behind them.
Wow.
Small world, he says.
The worst thing, first, we can't fully
That's right.
confirm.
I love how he says, your bud Skip.
Yeah, our pal. He's our pal now. No, and I genuinely feel bad for him because, first of all, he has 22 followers. So right off the top, I felt bad about that. And
Have
then,
we confirmed if it is him?
well, this is the other thing. We don't even know if it's really him or not.
Oh.
And then the other thing is he's not fighting back anymore. He's just sort of like crawling into the corner. So it's not a feud. It's just like we swatted him away like a fly, and now Skippy's back into his trailer in your buddy's backyard.
Now, the hateful tweets, I wonder the people that sent them if they maybe realized maybe I should be more loving in my life.
No, that's why they send hateful tweets. But in a way, it's a part of, I guess it's a little cathartic because you can just say whatever you want. There's no consequence to it. But there's no need to be quite so hateful. You know what's funny, though? When we left Canada, one of the funniest things that kept happening is we would get tweets from people who said something along the lines of this. I hated you two jagoffs when you started, and then I warmed up to you over time. So I always think, eventually maybe lots of these people will warm up to us.
Jagoff or jagoffs?
Well, I was trying to, censor it myself a little bit.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, maybe they'll warm up to us. And if these tweets continue, I'm going to get my 5-year-old daughter to read them. And then they'll see a 5-year-old being brought to tears. Why are they saying this about you, Daddy?
Wow,
and then that'll hit home with the haters.
Man, that's
Is that going too far?
That might be going a bit too far.
Or I can get my 2-year-old to read them, and she makes no sense.
But then your 5-year-old would officially be working for Fox, and we'd have to get her a work visa, or she'd be working illegally.
Speaking of my 2-year-old, I think I told you this, but I haven't told on the podcast. We play, I know it's supposed to be 20 questions, but we play 60 questions in the car and whenever we're around. So the 2-year-old always wants to start it, Ruby. So we'll say, Ruby, is it a person? Yep. Is it grandma? Yep.
That's
Okay.
the end of 20 questions.
Okay. No, I want to go again. Okay. Is it a person? Yeah. Is it Aunt Carolyn? Yeah.
She's terrible at that game.
Or we're really good guessers.
Yeah, no, that could be that. Maybe you guys are just that good at it. You've stumped her.
So I don't know if she's realized how to play the game.
People wondering about Taggart, whether we're going to get Taggart on the podcast.
You had dinner with him the other night.
Yeah, the answer is yes. Jeremy was down here in Los Angeles recording with Our Lady Peace. 2 of the band members live down here, and the other 2, including Jeremy, live up in the Toronto area. So Jeremy, we had dinner the other night. He's doing great. They said they had a great week of recording, so if you're an Our Lady Peace fan, you can look forward to some great new music coming out from them very soon.
You were in my vehicle the other day, and we cranked some Our Lady Peace.
We did. We were crushing a little one-man army.
Oh,
He's a good drummer.
he is. Again, that song's the one where he says, I don't know how to describe what he's doing on the drums. He says it's essentially like throwing the drums down the stairs.
He's very good,
Yes.
and it was a great tune. Speaking of your car, you had a little mishap in the Fox parking garage yesterday.
So here's the thing. When you start a new national network, you've got a lot of employees and very few parking spots. So you have to go around the parkade because we have underground parking and try find a spot. And if there are no spots, then they valet your car. So the guy says, nope, there's a spot on 3. I'm like, I'm going. So I was on P2, driving down P2. I see a spot on P2, slam on the brakes, rip her into reverse. And I did not see that a Mini Cooper was behind me. Those things are tiny. It was like a dinky car behind me.
You smashed right into it.
Do not hit a Mini Cooper in the bumper because the bumpers are made of paper mache. I got like a little tiny scratch on my bumper and I destroyed this man's car. So I didn't know it was a man driving the car until they had to call him. He had to come down and assess the damage. I thought it'd be like a tiny 5-foot woman. No, it was a 6'6" full-grown man that came down to the
a 6'6" guy driving a Mini Cooper.
I said, I didn't really expect to see you driving this. He goes, I know. It's kind of like a clown car, but I like driving it. I'm like, okay. He was really nice guy.
It's probably fun to drive. Couple of questions. Do you look over your shoulder when you back up?
I don't expect a car because they have to double park cars. I forgot that I'd just driven by the cars, and I wasn't paying attention. I was trying to get to our bloody 3:30 meeting.
Yeah, our meeting that producer Tim insists we come to. We have to be here, 2.5 hours before we used to be at our old job?
Yeah, we're
For
putting in a
reasons-
full work day now.
Yeah, it's crap. I don't like it at all. I don't like it one bit. I liked our old 5-hour work days much better.
So I can blame that meeting. I should actually send the bill to producer Tim because he, again, could have got us out of those 3:30s.
Well, producer Tim managed to get a parking ticket today in Santa Monica, he told me. And
How much is a parking ticket in Santa Monica?
$70.
Holy crap!
Yeah, $70,
Well,
he said.
How about read the signs, Tim?
Well, not only that, he also said that because we all got rental cars while we were waiting for our cars to come down here from Canada, and producer Tim got his car 5 or 6 days ago, but didn't return his rental car because he thought he had it for another 2 weeks for reasons I still don't understand. So he went to return the rental car today, and it turns out, no, he was supposed to return it 6 days ago, so he had to pay a bunch of money for that. So producer Tim really struggling financially. All this extra cash he's making, all these big bucks are going down the drain.
He liked the rental car, and he didn't want to give it up because he had to start driving his old car. See, I was the other way around. I hated my rental. I couldn't wait to feel the lovely interior of my Hyundai and start driving it again. So the moment my car arrived, I got that rental car the hell out of my life.
And you're driving an Accent, right? It's an Accent? That's what the kids are in?
No. No, Honda makes an accent, doesn't it?
Oh, what's
Honda accent?
what's Hyundai's little car?
Oh, maybe it is. I don't
Hyundai
know.
is an accent.
Is it? Yeah. Mike,
Yeah.
good thing Mike's here. We didn't have Mike in the last podcast to correct us on all our mistakes.
Everyone's mic'd up now. Patrick's got a mic. Jim's got a mic. Jeremy doesn't have a mic in there.
No Mike for Jeremy.
No. No mic for you.
Patrick, how you doing in there?
I'm great. I am
Next time.
terrific.
And Patrick's our social media guy. So tell us, you run the Fox Sports Live Twitter account. How's the reaction to our show been from your perspective?
Well, just wait. I should preface this by saying I'm like Patrick. You know those hate tweets that we read the other day. Maybe we should read some more. Do you have any of them handy on Twitter? He goes, "Oh yeah, they aren't hard to find." Like, thanks a lot, you.
I will say it's
Maybe you could say like, yeah, we get the odd one.
look
not
for
like,
'em.
Not like it's a waterfall of hate.
look. This is only gonna work if we can trust each other, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Okay,
It's really starting to take a toll on me
You're emotionally?
reading these things
You're struggling emotionally a little
24
bit?
hours a day, and that like the number of times. Oh my God. This intern running the Twitter account's gonna get fired.
Oh, so they're bashing you.
I'm like, guys, I have health insurance. I'm not an intern.
So, when you see us like at a computer, do you almost want to slap it away from us so we don't see them?
I want to change your Twitter login just so you don't know.
But see, one thing that people are fascinated by is we are tweeting during Fox Sports Live. Like, we were sending tweets during the show when Dan's reading a highlight pack. I'll answer or read or send tweets or favorite tweets. Dan will do the same if I'm reading a highlight pack or commercial breaks. People seem to think this is revolutionary somehow. I don't know why.
And with that, while you're tweeting in the middle of the show, people are still accusing you guys of trying too hard.
Yeah, that's a great point. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
What do we have to do to prove that we don't try at all? Russell, help us out for God's
Oh yeah,
sakes.
our agent is very upset that this is here.
Yeah, our agent. No,
Sorry, Jordan, we haven't got rid of him yet.
well, because Russell isn't one of Jordan's clients, right? So you know who is though? Ryan Tannehill. So apparently he's sending us a Ryan Tannehill fathead to put right behind Russell Wilson because we can't take this out now because Carissa Thompson, who's going to be a guest next week on the podcast.
I don't
Sure,
think a
sure.
fat head would stick to the wall either. So
Oh yeah, what?
Yeah.
Because yeah.
Vernon Wells is also a client. So is Jim Furyk.
Okay,
a client of
I
his.
love Jim Furyk. Can we just get Jim Furyk without a hat, naked, looking
And
like
he
Mr.
told us,
Burns?
so he does the 5-hour energy sponsorship with Furyk, and I said, yeah, as if he does. He goes, he loves this stuff. Just loves it.
doesn't show.
Well, maybe if he didn't take it, he'd be like asleep on the course. Just be like,
That's a very good impression of what Jim Furyk would be like without 5-hour energy drink. Anyway, we will have other decoration for the podcast studio. And yes, Carissa was supposed to be on the pod today. Couldn't do it. She's got a lot of stuff going on. Seattle native. She's our co-host on Fox Sports Live. She's really the host. We're her co-host.
Why are you trying to steal my camera time?
That's the thing. I don't know, Carissa. That's just what we do. We sort of take over after a while. So she'll be on next week.
Okay, and then we got to get Gary Paton and Andy Roddick gave me a nice hat yesterday. I wore it today.
If you're watching in the States, you should watch HBO tonight. Mary Carrillo does an interview with Gary Payton tonight.
No, Andy
on
Roddick.
Real Sports. What did I say?
Gary Payton.
Oh, Gary Payton. That would actually be good. Mary Carrillo and Gary Payton. Yeah, Mary Carrillo, Andy Roddick. Well, Mary interviews Andy tonight, HBO Real Sports. So tune in for that. She's super nice.
I have a story since we have people that haven't heard it here before and everyone on the podcast. And you guys can tell me what the signs were pointing to. This is one of the things that happened to me almost as soon as I got here.
I've been waiting for this one to be told.
I was living in West Hollywood, so this is a month before my family got here. So I was in a condo in West Hollywood, a nice place that Fox put us up at. So couldn't wait. Jay can attest to this. Whenever we're on the road or the craft tour or anything, I always like going to the pool and the hot tub. So I went to the pool at the complex I was at, and then I went to the hot tub. So when I was in the hot tub, I got out and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have a sauna and I'm gonna have a steam. So this is gonna be great. Just bachelor lifestyle, Tool, living it up.
Yeah, in
So
West Hollywood.
Got a ice cold Miller Lite, tasty beverage. So I went into the steam shower, and I'm sitting there for 5 minutes, and a gentleman appeared out of nowhere and said, you didn't turn it on correctly. Here, let me help you. I'm like, okay.
Oh.
So,
Friendly.
So he turned it on for me, and it's a glass door. He proceeded to strip down to nothing, and then he went into the shower area. Yeah. I'm like, this is very odd. So I crushed my Miller Lite and had a nice steam. I'm like, okay, I'm going to have the sauna now. So I came out of the steam and putting cold water on my face to open up the pores and everything, or would you close the pores with the cold? I don't know. It was refreshing. That's what it was. Yeah. So he came out of the shower completely naked and stood at the sink next to me. Didn't make eye contact with him. My wife's first question was, what was the size of his penis? I said I didn't really make eye contact with it either.
When any man is naked in any locker room with you, you just don't look down.
Right. So I just went about my business, and I put my my beer can in the garbage. He's like, "Oh, having a beer, eh?" I'm like, yeah, "So, okay." And so I went into the sauna, and he went back into the shower. Again, a glass door on the shower, so I could see where this man was, what was going on outside the sauna. So he went back into the shower. I was in there for 20, 30 minutes. He was in the shower the entire time. Oh, no, we got more.
Oh, there we go.
What's going on here? Something's wrong with the mic. Okay, so, and then I'm like, okay, I've had enough of this sauna. So I came out after 30 minutes and splashed some more cold water on my face. And he came out and stood next to me naked again at the sink. So
okay, so at that point, a man comes and stands next to you naked twice at a sink. Are you not kind of thinking?
That's the thing. So I'm starting to do the math on how long he's had the shower, and he's not doing very good things for the environment by having that long of a shower.
So he's in there for a good, what?
45 to an hour.
45 minutes just getting all the nooks and crannies cleaned up.
And so I'm like, okay, I got to lose this guy. So I faked back into the sauna. He went back into the shower. I hightailed it out of there. Just put a towel around. I had shorts on the entire time. Put a towel around my shoulders and went out into the courtyard and started walking. I hear a door close behind me. It's him. He's right behind me.
He's following you.
Yes, he just threw the towel on. So I'm like, I got to lose this guy. So I jumped in the pool. And I went around in the pool until he left. I didn't know if I was...
Did he hang around the pool, like kind of go around like a shark?
He did.
He circled the pool waiting for you to come out? Was he still naked as he followed you?
No, he was just in a towel. I'm like, but he wasn't carrying his clothes or anything.
Man. And now there was another side of the story, like about the wet underwear?
Yes. There was a pair of wet underwear sitting on a stool outside of the shower. And I heard him at both points in which he was not standing beside me naked, but in the shower, muttering things. Or maybe I'm like, he can't be on a cell phone in the shower. So I started thinking, is there someone else in there? So I asked everyone assembled, what was going on here?
Yeah,
Am I reading too much into this situation?
He wanted you to go in there so you could him.
Why not, eh?
Mike, your assessment of the situation.
You do know what West Hollywood
Yes,
is
I
associated
know.
with,
Yeah,
right?
for those of you who don't know, in Canada, West Hollywood is a fairly large gay community here in
Also
Los
known
Angeles.
as Boys Town.
Boys Town of Los Angeles. So right off the top, we don't want to, be too stereotypical about it, but you were in the wheelhouse there.
Yeah.
So, but again, I think the question you're asking is a pair of wet underwear an indication that someone wants to
I don't.
Welcome to my world.
So am I reading too much into this, or was it just a man who likes really long showers?
No, you're absolutely not reading too much
Okay.
into it. You're absolutely
I'm like, maybe I feel bad. Maybe I judged this
Maybe
man
you should have
wrong.
made friends. Maybe you should have gone into the shower with him. Hey, good to see you. I didn't need to shower, but well, here we are showering together.
So I didn't want to upset or hurt anyone's feelings, so I never went back to the hot tub again.
So you never returned. So he
No.
ruined your whole experience there after that.
No, I went swimming all the time.
But then didn't you see another pair of wet underwear later?
I did see another pair of wet underwear. That's when I just went in to use the facilities. I didn't use the hot tub or the sauna or the steam
And at
shower.
that point, you went straight into the shower.
Exactly.
You're like, I know what this means.
Whoa! Wow.
Gary Patton. We'll ask Gary
So
what he thinks.
that was my introduction to.
That was like days after we got here that happened to you.
Yeah.
That's really disturbing. Well, Dan, I got to say something.
Okay.
It was pretty exciting when we met Regis Philbin at the Fox retreat about a week before our
He
premiere.
came right up to us and goes, "I want to meet these Canadians."
It was pretty exciting. I mean, we had a nice time with him. He was questioning why we would sign up for a show that's 3 hours long.
He tried to get us out of the 3-hour shows. I was helping him fill his plate in the buffet line.
It was-
like, Reg, I'm having some chicken. You want some chicken? And he's like, I'm sitting with you guys.
Yeah.
So we had dinner with him. He likes to have the spotlight in a conversation. You need to listen to Regis speak. You don't carry on with the conversation because he'll stop until you rejoin the conversation.
That's right.
There's
That's
Regis again.
exactly. You get the focus has to be on Reg, as it should be. He's Reg. He's a television legend. He's an icon. So we thought we were getting along great with him.
We were buddies. By the end of it, we're like, Rage! And then he's like, oh, you Canadians!
Yeah, he loved it. I mean, I thought we were, and it was great. And we talked to his producer, Michael Davies. We were going to be appearing maybe once a week on Crowd Goes Wild, the new show that Regis hosts on Fox Sports 1. Lots of big plans. And then, out of the blue, on the first Crowd Goes Wild show on Monday, we hear this from Regis.
All I've been hearing about lately is Jay and Dan. I was on TV when Jay and Dan were tapping maple trees up in Canada in short pants.
Reg, the short pants
Why
reference
short
needs to be updated.
pants?
Needs to be updated. You should have said diapers.
Short pants? Is that what diapers are?
No, short pants are like kids' pants, I guess. I don't
So we were just, but
Like
like not
baby.
shorts? So are they knickers?
Again, he's got to update that reference.
We were in capri pants? We were. If you're going to be tapping these maple trees, you'll need to get some capri pants.
Yeah, and then it escalated. He started to sound like he was actually mad. Can we hear some more of that?
Yeah, let me.
You know, Dan, Monday.
When Jay and Dan were tapping maple trees up in Canada in short pants. Google my name, you get 7 million results. Walk Hollywood Boulevard, look down. There's Regis again. You want an Emmy? Take one of mine. You want a piece of me? You got to talk to my friend Trevor about that.
That was good.
Reg, we don't want a piece of you. I thought we were buddies.
No,
Come on.
If I saw Reed right now, I'd just give him a big hug. And I'd undress him. I'd undress myself. I would soak my own underwear and gently place it next to the shower. Then I turn Regis' attention to the shower.
Here's
go
the
into
thing.
shower.
If that is the sign, why get the underwear wet? Then
Yeah, it seems
creates
weird.
laundry.
Yeah, that's right. Then you just have to wash them later. Why not just? Couldn't you make a flag out of it? You get a hockey stick, and then you attach the underwear to the hockey stick, and then you just sort of fly it like a flag. Like you wave the underwear, like, "Hey, over here, someone wants to you. Hey."
Okay, you can't keep saying that. It has to be beeped out. So people are going to say, "What the hell are you saying?"
I think people will understand.
Oh, okay.
I think people will get it. Anyway, Regis, it was pretty upsetting. Patrick? You don't happen to have our response to Regis, do you?
I do.
Oh, okay. So here was our response to Regis on Monday night's edition of Fox Sports Live.
Not just short pants, Reg, denim short pants. What an honor to be called out by a legend.
But there's one more thing we noticed about the first Crowd Goes Wild show on Monday.
I had a disastrous dinner. Saturday night, Joy and I like to go to this restaurant, Valbella. We've been going there 15 years. We love it. And we have our own little table.
So, Regis, you were out to dinner Saturday at a restaurant with a tiny table. That's when our show made its debut. You didn't even bother to stay home and watch, Regis?
It should be pointed out it was at 11 p.m. in New York, so essentially 3 hours past Regis' bedtime.
Regis' bedtime.
Regis'.
That's a good point.
Thanks for watching the first show, Regis.
Yeah, thanks a lot. There's no way Reach watched the first show. There's no way Reach has seen Reach. If we walked up to Reach now, he probably wouldn't know who we were. He'd be like, "Who are you?" We're the Canadians, Reach. All right.
There's Regis again.
It's funny. My brother Vince, who we've spoken about quite frequently on the podcast,
Yeah,
one of the
he's
first
been on the podcast.
One of the first things he texted me when I got here. Have you met Regis yet? So now all this happens.
Yeah. Now you're gonna have to tell him that you insulted a television icon, and that he's.
But
mad.
wait, we never did anything.
No, it's true. I think it's just. I have to say, it's just the fact that our reviews haven't been terrible, which is probably the most shocking thing of all.
Yeah.
I was totally surprised. I expected them to be bad.
And we had our first guest on Fox Sports Live, Mike Tyson. Now, I thought I had attention deficit disorder.
Oh, my God. He was all over the map. And he also dropped an F-bomb on... Two of them?
Two of them, I believe.
Two of them? And, Mike, you were hanging around with him the whole night. What was that like?
And the one thing we talked about, he could say anything, he could do anything. Just don't swear.
Just don't swear.
Of course
Yeah.
he did.
Yeah.
He didn't even know that he did.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just going left and right. I actually said he saw the cans of Nos that we drink, and he said, "Why don't you just do a line?" And I said, maybe not on the TV show. Maybe we'll do that later.
Didn't he say you'll be peeing razor blades?
Yes, he did. I don't pee razor blades.
And then we got our picture taken with him. I never realized until Mike sent it to us that he was trying to bite my ear in the picture.
Yeah. Yeah, he liked you.
So there's a question that I asked people
I like this
this.
question that you asked him.
When I'm at a party or whatever, I don't ask it every time, but if we're talking about boxing, I ask the question, us non-athletes, could we take a Mike Tyson punch, his hardest punch in his prime, to the head and still live? So I got to actually ask Mike Tyson that question, and he thought about it for a second, and he was walking away when he gave his response. What did he say?
He said, "You might be tougher than you think." Mike Tyson said that to you.
Yeah, I think he saw something I don't see in myself.
I think he saw something no one sees. In him.
So, yeah, I guess I could take a Mike Tyson punch.
He was pretty cool. He was nice to everybody. He was really really friendly.
And he's very big into forgiveness.
Yeah. Well, considering he lost hundreds of millions of dollars.
But he said that he said he's not bitter about anything. He said he wouldn't change anything in his life.
See, really?
Because
Mike Tyson wouldn't change anything.
But it led him to his wife now and his kids.
True. He seems very happy.
Yes, and he said when his daughter died tragically, he says that that changed everything.
Yeah.
Because Chris asked if there was a defining moment. He said clearly that was it.
He's had so many moments where that could be his defining moment. Yeah, and that makes perfect sense. He was great. And then we have Dana White, UFC president, is coming on the show Wednesday. And then we have Mark Cuban on Thursday.
I can see
publicity shy Mark Cuban.
I can see Dana White really endorsing our energy drink consumption.
Oh, yeah. I think Dana White
because he's
will
probably
be all
on
over
10
it.
a day.
Oh, yeah, for sure he is. Him and Rogan. I loved Chael Sonnen's comment about Rogan when he called him a middle-aged comedian. Rogan has a popular podcast, maybe the most popular podcast. Maybe he'll come and be on our podcast.
That'd be great.
Kenny Florian from the UFC on Fox has been sending us tweets. I think he's confused by us. But
He's got really high hair.
He does. He's got spectacular hair. So we're gonna try to get him on as well. And maybe we'll get Erin Andrews on. I was talking to Erin last week. I met her. You'd met her before, but I hadn't met her yet. And she's super nice. She's dating Yorkton, Saskatchewan's own Jarrett Stoll of the Los Angeles Kings. So we'll try to get Erin on as well. She's the host of College Football on Fox.
And she'll bring some yogurt.
Oh, yeah, probiotics. Everywhere you go, you see, oh, look, the agent's calling.
What? Can you put him on speaker?
Jordan.
Put him on speaker.
Hey, buddy, we're doing the podcast right now.
Okay,
He says, awesome. Can you hear him?
No.
No, we can't
You
hear
got to put on speaker.
Okay. Well, hold on. I'm going to put you on speaker. How do you do that? There you go, buddy. Because why are we doing podcasts on Tuesday, Mike?
Because Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we get into NFL mode, football mode. So it's
so this is our.
This is the only day they. This is the only day they'd give us, Jordan.
Okay. Well, that way.
Okay. Oh, this is very okay. Well,
we'll have to call you back.
Yeah, we better call you back about that stuff. Oh yeah, no, all good.
Oh no, we're literally recording
you're
it.
Actually
You're on the
recording,
podcast
you're
right now.
On the podcast right now. Hey, I want to say though that we have already discussed on the podcast that you're sending us the fatheads. So you're sending us a Tannehill fathead. Colt McCoy. Marshall Falk.
We don't have room for all this.
Reggie Bush, nice.
Reggie Bush. Pierre Garçon.
Jim Furyk.
Oh, Dan really wants Jim Furyk, Jordan.
Has he seen how much room we have in here?
Yeah, there's lots of wall space.
I can't wait, buddy. Okay, I'll give you a call after this podcast is over. Okay, talk to you later, bud. That's Jordan.
Yeah, your phone is the thing.
Is that what it is? Oh,
Look
how I throw it on the ground like that's going to help.
It's not my BlackBerry. My BlackBerry would not be. It should be pointed out. I mentioned this on the show on our Fox Sports Live the other night, just out of the blue, because I thought it was really neat. This is in no way related to our agent speaking, whatever. But I got my first ever storage facility the other day, a storage locker.
Yeah.
They're a lot cheaper than I thought.
How much did you think it would be?
I thought they'd be like a couple $100. No, under $100. And so
everything's coming up tools.
I was very intrigued. So I'm like, do people ever try to live in these? She's like, yeah. If someone looks like they're in transition, we stress you can't live in here.
Yeah.
So people must try to like grow weed and stuff. She goes, nope, because you no electricity. So I'm like, okay,
yeah.
very
a lot
clean,
of electricity.
very clean facility.
That's what I hear.
So I was walking around. I said, I feel like I'm on the set of Storage Wars. And she goes, actually, the pilot for Storage Wars was filmed in here. So I said, okay, what's the deal? Is it fake? She said, well, I will tell you this. One of the facilities that they were auctioning off was full of tools, just like tools. That's all it was. She goes, but then all of a sudden when they filmed the thing, there was an antique table in there. So I'm like,
Maybe a guy in transition had an antique table, and he was just setting up for dinner. And then he had a wet pair of underwear on a hockey stick. Wow. Poor guy. I think we should wrap this up. I think this has been great.
Oh, there's another. Yeah.
It's like a little squirty fart.
Who's hammering?
So episode 2's been fun. We should once again stress, we hear you about the iTunes.
It's going to be up on iTunes, I think.
I believe this one will be up on iTunes, so let us know what you think, and we'll start with the guests next week.
Yeah. Again, yeah, we're like in the middle of a move right now.
Baby steps. We're just easing back into it. The podcast will start to get more spectacular and elaborate. Right now, we just have one picture of Alan Thicke on the wall.
But here's the thing.
Soon it'll be Tannehill and Furyk and everybody.
Compare this to pretend we're in transition. We're in a move. We're still unpacking boxes, but in like 2 weeks, all the boxes are going to be gone, and we're going to have our new home.
We're going to have our
We're
new
going to
home.
settle in.
We'll settle in. We'll have our pairs of underwear.
We'll be able to get guests on the phone.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, we'll
be able to
guests on the
have
phone.
our reoccurring guests like Sean O'Toole and Vince O'Toole and Jeremy Taggart.
Yeah, we'll have Tag. Yeah, and
Matt Dunnigan.
We'll have Matt Dunnigan as well. We'll get Matt Dunnigan on. And actually, I heard from Wardo, Aaron Ward, who spends his off season, I guess in Raleigh. I guess he lives
in Carolina.
He's played for the Hurricanes, so I guess that's why he stays there, and it's warm and nice. So anyway, Wardo said loves the show so far and really wants to jump back on the potty with us and have a chat. So we will make sure we get Wardo on as well.
And it is my mission to get Donovan McNabb to come on and describe his experience at the NHL draft, which it is a delight.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. How about we also get him to explain how he eats so many meals a day?
He gets food delivered to his house every single day, and it's got like 7 meals prepared. So he has to walk around with a soft-sided cooler all day.
It looks like a giant cooler, and he just takes the meals out and eats them. And
who's going to feed them hogs?
I love that Patrick.
So again,
has the
I always wonder how much
love
things are. So Roddick's sitting there. So these guys obviously, I assume they've got a lot of money in the bank. I'm like, it's got to be a couple $100 a day. They're just like, I don't care.
No, you said $100 a day.
Oh, did
you
I?
said the service. You're like $100 a day, and I was like, no.
How much would it be a day?
It's got to be more than that, doesn't
Really?
it? I don't know.
Holy crap!
You are genuinely curious about the cost of everything. You have that genuine curiosity.
I like
about
to know,
things.
just like the storage lockers.
Yeah, you like the storage, or just like how much money this person has made in their life, or this person makes now, or like you don't come out and ask someone what they make. That's
no,
right.
I would never do that.
No, I am curious though. What Donovan makes.
Well, we know what he made when he played because his contracts were.
No, now.
Oh.
Actually, Donovan does a 4-hour radio show every day.
What?
Yes.
And then he comes here?
Yes.
And does a 3-hour show?
Yes.
What is he doing?
I don't know. He's working way too hard. We can barely get through a podcast in our show.
Oh, my God.
All right. Well, thanks for watching and listening to episode 2 of the new version of the Jay and Dan podcast. So many places to follow us on Twitter, at Fox Sports Live, at Fox Sports 1, at FS1 O'Toole, at Jay Onright. Am I missing anything, Patrick?
That just about covers. Well, there's the Jay and Dan pod.
Oh, how about that one? How about our actual podcast? And let's get some more followers on that. So it's at Jay and Dan pod. Is that right?
No one's writing these down.
That is correct.
At Jay and Dan pod.
I would be baffled or fascinated if someone was writing all these down.
Someone's jotting it down as they're driving, and now they're in an accident.
Wait, I hope he writes. I hope he says it again because I almost had it.
No,
I don't want to rewind.
You never
the podcast.
know. I mean, you might. You know, maybe you want to follow us because I believe Patrick just sent out on the Jay and Dan Pod Twitter account a picture of Dan, myself, and Jim.
That is correct. There was also one request from somebody to the Jay and Dan podcast. So Kyle Clifford, he's a Dice KC, says, please make a podcast version of this podcast. So that is the
Kyle Clifford, the NHL player,
LA Kings.
Kyle Clifford, the NHL player, probably has more than 13 followers.
Well,
so
we thought Skippy from Family Ties would have more than 22. So I don't know what happens anymore.
Since we did mention Kyle Clifford, I have to do what I sing every time Kyle Clifford's name comes up. Clifford needed Emily. It's from Clifford the Big Red Dog. Wasn't a joke.
That was funnier than Old Bad Tools. Nice work, Patrick. We want to thank Jeremy. We want to thank Patrick. We want to thank Jim. We want to thank Mike, who's been on camera. We want to thank Russell Wilson of the Seattle Seahawks. We want to thank Alan Thicke, and we want to thank you for watching and listening. And we will see you, and you will hear us next week.
And Jordan just texts me now. He's like, didn't mean to leave you out. I can call your phone too, LOL. I'm like, who the hell is this? He said, Jordan. I said, that was who called earlier.
Can we get the crickets one more? There it is.
But that wasn't a joke. I'm just like, the man has 37 different numbers.
He's an agent. He probably has 37 different phones.
Okay.
Thanks for listening.
All I've been hearing about lately is Jay and Dan.
Rage. Oh, hey, before we leave, can we still? I have one more thing to say.
Sure.
I forgot to tell Regis, talk to my wife on the phone.
Yep.
So I was walking around the corner at this retreat, and I passed the phone. I'm like, Regis, say hi to my wife. But Regis on the phone, I didn't tell this last week, did I? No.
I think he did, didn't he?
No, I think he told it to us not on the podcast. though.
Okay.
Okay, good.
So Regis on the phone sounds like someone doing a Regis impersonation. He's like, hello, it's Regis. So
That's a pretty good Regis.
30 minutes later, my wife finally believed me that it was Regis. They had a 10-minute conversation, and the entire time, I guess she was like, okay, Regis. Yeah, sure, Regis. So Regis is like, your wife's a bit standoffish. I'm like, she didn't think it was you. He's like, now I feel bad. I'm like, well, why would you feel bad? Anyway.
That's why he was so mad at us. That explains everything.
Maybe.
Yeah, because he thought that
blame it on my
Mrs.
wife.
O'Toole, yeah, he thought Mrs. O'Toole didn't give him the respect he deserves as a television icon.
Wow. Okay, so we can trace it back there. We just did our own sleuthing.
This could be like a mystery show every week. We could solve a mystery.
What are we, Scooby-Doo?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry for the
That was a little afterword.
that was a little PS.
That was a little piss for the pod. Thanks for listening.
Okay, bye.